How strong is Super Saiyan 4? This is a question that requires genuine honesty that the Dragon Ball community does not give. People will try to say that Super Saiyan 4 is only a 40,000 times multiplier, weaker than the fusions, weaker than Super Saiyan God, but in this video, I'm gonna prove why Super Saiyan 4 rivals the gods in terms of multiplier, and it's just completely beyond what regular down players like to say. I did cover this topic within my GT 1 hour power skill, so if you want to get the full in-depth analysis about GT power scaling, just go check out that video. Before I get into my main argument, let's actually debunk some very terrible shitty arguments used to downplay Super Saiyan 4. The first shitty argument is that the Golden Oozaru is the basis for Super Saiyan 4's power, and the Golden Oozaru is simply just Oozaru times Super Saiyan, making it only a 500 times multiplier, but this argument is completely headcanon. It's not backed up anywhere, it's genuinely stupid, there's no actual verifiable evidence or anything analytical, etc, to actually prove the shitty argument or just the shitty interpretation as a whole. Just because the Golden Oozaru looks like a golden grade ape does not necessarily mean that it's actually a combined Super Saiyan Oozaru multiplier. This is just a blatant non sequitur. Anyone who uses this argument is a genuine low tier and doesn't know how to scale Dragon Ball, and they should quit scaling. The next god-awful argument is that Super Saiyan 4 in a GT guide is compared to the Batara level amp from the Buu saga, so therefore Super Saiyan 4 caps at a fusion level amp and scales below Super Saiyan God. But what these shitty Dragon Ball power scalers don't want to tell you is that the phrase perhapsness does not actually follow into any sort of relativity or equivalence in power. It just does not correspond. By this logic, if I say that a fly is perhaps stronger than a tiger, you're basically admitting that a fly is on par with a tiger, which is genuinely some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Uncertainty does not necessarily equate to an equivalence. Why is this interpretation genuinely existing? This is some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. If we were to accept that speculation is the equivalent to an actual equivalence, it would just resort in a category error in modality and would also resort in a non sequitur. If you genuinely use this argument, you are retarded. Textbook definition. Now let's actually get into the main argument for what Super Saiyan 4's multiplier is. Elder Kai confirms that Golden Great Ape is the only possible way Goku could defeat Super Baby 2. And this is just going to be verifiably true, as we see Super Baby 2 getting his ass completely whooped by Golden Great Ape Goku, so yes, this does actually correspond to the narrative. Him being verifiably true is also going to be backed up because we see within the Buu saga that he's able to feel the hidden power of other individuals and quantify them, so yes, he would be verifiably true. Okay, so where am I going with this? Well, if Golden Great Ape Goku is the only form of possible methodology to actually beat Super Baby 2, that implies that a Super Saiyan 3 Goku plus Oob fusion would not be enough to take down Super Baby 2. Now, if any other random goofball skeptic still questions my methodology of actually scaling Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just to clarify, Elder Kai is the one who recommended the Batara earrings to take down villains within the Buu saga, so it makes no sense within the narrative that fusion is not accounted for in Elder Kai's statement. Even if we grant that Goku and Oob cannot use the Batara, which is some sort of shitty methodology based argument that I've been seeing people use, even though it has no actual basis, considering that Kais can create things that are much larger than Batara earrings, so it makes no sense for them to just generate them out of thin air and then give it to Goku, and then Goku gives it to Oob. The basis for Super Saiyan 4's multiplier would still include a Metamoran Goku Oob fusion in Super Saiyan 3, which is already extremely broken as shit. Whether you like it or not, Super Saiyan 4 is actually broken in Dragon Ball Inverse, and if you disagree, you're genuinely coping at this point, and I have nothing to say to you other than the fact that you just hate GT and want to downplay it as low as you possibly can. Unironically, this multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 actually makes it way stronger than Super Saiyan God, as the basis for Super Saiyan God's multiplier is that it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Vegito from the Buu saga. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan 4 is a much greater multiplier due to the fact that its basis comes from a much stronger fusion. This multiplier also likely solos Super Saiyan Blue's multiplier as well, which is also pretty crazy. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Stop downplaying GT. They're actually broken and they should not be underestimated within Dragon Ball Inverse.